God is faithful. The universe loves me. Hey y'all, look at this setup. Look at the lighting, the quality. My name is China. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am in nursing school and I make content about nursing in school. Basically, today I was really in a reflective kind of mode because, well, I'm always reflecting and thinking about I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm in nursing school right now. Well, I can believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here because I worked hard to get here. I prayed for this and God is faithful. God is faithful. The universe loves me. My cup overfloweth, so of course I'm here. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I am uplifting myself, so hopefully it will uplift you. Or it would encourage you to uplift yourself because, baby, we deserve it. We deserve good things. I am currently 27 years old. I know you thought I was 16, babe. I'm black and I drink a lot of water. Since I can remember, so since my senior year of high school, senior year of high school, was just wondering what is my purpose, wondering what I'm going to do with life. I thought I had an idea. I initially always loved always had a love for mental health, still do. So since I can remember, at a very young age I was diagnosed with ADHD. Well, back in my day, it wasn't no ADHD, it was just ADD. It was just ADD, but now it's all put together and it's all under the umbrella of ADHD, and whether you have hyperactive or inattentive. So I have inattentive ADHD. It's been that way since elementary school. Tried out some medications for it because my mom saw how it was affecting my schoolwork, and my teachers even talked to my mama like China, she's a sweet girl. She always forgets her homework, and my mama know that because I always forget my project. She spent all this money getting these school supplies, and I always forget project. I remember one time she put my science project in the living room. She was like, "Listen, it's in the living room, so on your way out, go to the bus stop, grab the project." I forgot. Anyway, so my mom was like, "Listen, we going to the doctor. My pediatrician was like, "Yeah, she has ADD." She put me on Ritalin. I don't really remember much about Ritalin, but just I remember the feeling of being trapped in my body. How right now you watching this video, I felt like life was just I wasn't a part of life. I was just watching YouTube, basically. And I remember one time my mom called me in her room to see how I was doing medicine. She was like, "So how you feel?" And I don't remember this, but my mom tells me this story. I said, "I feel," and I just bust out crying. And she said, "Enough said. Take her off the medicine." My doctor was like, "No, don't take her off." And my mom was like, "No, she broke down in my room because of the medicine. I'm not doing this to my baby." And my doctor, black woman, was like, "Okay, we'll do it. I'll take her. We'll wean her off. But just know, as the older she gets, the worse it's gonna get." Looking back on, I didn't know that, oh, it's my ADD that's acting up. No, I just totally forgot about it, I guess. So fast forward to high school, junior year, senior year, when they preparing you for the real world, to be an adult. So, I was like, dang, it seemed like everybody knew what they want to do with their life. Looking back, we really didn't know nothing then, and we don't know nothing now, okay? But I felt like I wanted to be a therapist because of my struggles with my ADD, my anxiety, my depression. I always had a therapist, and I loved my therapist. I was like, I would love to do that, just sit down, chat, and help young people with their mental health. It's something I'm still passionate about to do. I would still love to be a mentor or something like that. I thought I wanted to be a therapist. Even back then, you had to get I'm saying back then, it was 20 years ago. Back then, you had to get a master's degree to be a therapist. And I was like, okay, I could do that, And honestly, it was because the girls around me, my friends and my peers, they were very smart. Yeah, very smart, very good. And I was just like, maybe I'm just not a smart girl. Maybe I just, school is not for me. So even though that was the case, I was like, I still want to help people so bad. So I'll just, stick it out. So I attempted to do my prereqs at community colleges, at a community college, and I was like, I gotta do 2 years of this, then I gotta do 2 years at undergrad, then I gotta do another umpteen months in the master's degree. And I was like, actually, this ain't gonna work. And I stopped going to class, so I dropped out, girl. I didn't even finish a semester. Did I? Yeah, I did. I always be like, I think I finished maybe one semester, maybe, but I don't think I did, because how it would go is I would go to class and I would be so excited in the beginning, have my school supplies. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, I'm focused, baby, I'm ready. And then I would just get burnt out as time went by. And I was just thinking back then, school is just not for me. Because in hindsight, it's just like, girl, it's only like 2 years. You can knock it out, girl. All you gotta do is take 4 classes. It's 2 years. You can do it. But honestly, I just could not, I just would run out of steam. I think I tried like 3 times, sign up for class, sign up for my prereqs, do the whole FAFSA thing, and I would go. I just wouldn't stay. So I got a job in telemetry, working in the telemetry room. In telemetry, if you don't know what it is, that's totally fine. It's a department in most hospitals, I believe most hospitals, if not all, and that's just deciphering or reading EKGs and labeling them and sending them to the nurses and stuff. And when they have cardiac events, when their heart rhythm changes, when it slows down, when it speeds up. Me as a telemetry tech, I would call the nurse, charge a nurse, floor, whatever, right? I got a job doing that, and I loved the people I work with. So I was like, you know what? I think I'll just take some time off from school, you know what I mean? I think at this time I was 20. Well, I was there for 6 years, actually. In 3 out of 6 years, I was actually team lead. Around year 4, honestly. The girls I went to high school with are graduating, and they are getting their masters now, and they're starting a family. They bought houses, stuff like that. You know how it is on Facebook. Social media is so fake. It's so fake, y'all. But we still compare ourselves to other people's life who are either just as happy or just as miserable as ourselves. And I was kind of feeling a way about myself. I was already kind of disappointed in myself, because it was I see these girls doing what I want to do so bad, but when I try to do it, it's just the glove don't fit. If y'all know Breland Barbie on YouTube, oh my gosh, I live vicariously through Breland for a long time, okay? I wanted to go to an HBCU like her, I want to be the type of girl that wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just to beat my face and put on an outfit and wear some high heels to class at 8 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Be a content creator. I was like, I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to do any of this because she doing it for me, right? That's good. As good as Breland made it look, I know she was still having her struggles, and she definitely was. She's open about it. Anyways, but what I was gonna say, I was comparing myself to people like Breland and the girls I went to high school with, and the girls I was even working with who would work with me, and then they would go to their school and they would graduate. Time would just fly by, because you're not doing it. So time is flying by, and I'm I wish I had the discipline to do it, and the focus and the drive. And it went from just being that dang, I wish I could do that. Oh well, to just really me okay. It started to really depress me that I was every year I was making the same goals, and every year I wasn't meeting none of them. Get skinny, go to school, find your purpose and excel at it, and get a good man. It was always that every year, and every year it was no. But the 5th year of me working in my full-time big girl job, I was this is just, I found myself starting to really hate my job, honestly, transparently. Just not dreading to go to work. I remember one time I was just you know what, no, I just called and I was like, hey, I ain't gonna be in there tomorrow or the next day. Take care. Because it was just like that. And I'm not the type of girl to call out. I'm not the type of girl to come late. Nothing. No, because I mean, that was really the only thing that I was doing. Going to work, going home, going to sleep, repeat. I just got tired of the same old thing and found myself hating my job and just not liking everybody I worked with. It was just, I really believe like God was really like was like pushing me, like making me uncomfortable in my comfortable space. You know, I was so comfortable in that position for 6 years. And God was really like, okay, like you are making more money, but you know, you have a bigger purpose, you know? And for my whole life, I miss this. My mom is a nurse, and my whole life she always said, you make a good nurse. Like you have the heart for it. You would just make a good nurse. You should go to nurse. You know, she's like, you so young, you ain't got kids, nothing. You should do it, right? But I was like, I don't even know if I really want to be a nurse. And I really felt like, looking back, my mom was really trying to help me. Obviously, that's all she ever tried to do is help me and make me better. But I felt like, oh, she want me to be a nurse because she a nurse and she loved being a nurse, but that's not for everybody. It was just also with me like hating my position. I would see other nurses and I just like did not like how they were treating patients. Being a nurse is a very hard job, period. I'm not taking away from those women. And they were being worked to the bone, especially when COVID came. But it was a lot of times when stuff needed to be done and like we would go over there and try to help them out, and they would be doing nothing but sitting around on their phones or shopping on Amazon. And it was like, these people are sick. These people need like for real help. Not the nurses, but these people in the hospital need help. And you want Lululemon, Bessie? And that really just like broke my heart to see like that happening on the inside. So it's like I started wanting to be a nurse because also I saw how much money they can make, and you only got to go to school for 2 years. But back then, I'm glad I didn't start my nursing journey then, because it was really just to have a job that made more money than I had now, and it really wasn't like my heart was in it, right? And when I was telling my mom about the nurse, I was like, that's why I don't want to be a nurse, because they do this and that. It's just like stuff like that should make you want to be a nurse. If that really bothers you, how people are being treated, that's the reason why we need nurses like you. And I was like, dang, okay, maybe so, right? But still, like seeing and hearing the stories about how hard nursing school is, and seeing the girls like, oh, you know, last week was good, I only had one mental breakdown, you know, and seeing the memes online. So I was like, girl, I already told myself, like, you wasn't good at regular school. You can't go to that school, like, you're not smart enough. Like, honestly, straight up, like, I can't, nurse school not for you, right? So basically bullying myself out of the idea of being a nurse. Like, 2022 was the year I was like, I'm not just making a list anymore. I'm doing.
Don't talk about what you're gonna do. Don't just dream about what you're gonna do. Don't criticize somebody else for what they're not doing. You be it. Be about it. Be about that action and go do it. Keep your eye on your intention. Don't let any outside distraction or your own insecurity stop you from your goals.
Because my mom was also telling me about ultrasound tech. She was like, you make good money and you don't go to nurse school. It's only 2 years. All you do is X, Y, and Z. And I was like, check that out. So I went to a technical school who was offering the ultrasound tech program. I really liked how it was sounding. I took the TEAS test and I failed. You can't really fail the TEAS test. I scored low on math and science, and they like try to make me come back like 2 weeks later. I was like, actually, I want to study. I want time to study and like score good, right? So that was in October. So November, December, January, February, 4 months, I studied for TEAS tests. I went online, saw practice questions and stuff like that, and I was doing the work. I came back in March-ish, end of February, March-ish. I came back. I was like, okay, hey, I applied, and y'all said I could come back and take the test. Took the test, y'all, and I scored. At first, I don't remember the exact score I needed, but I scored too low to be placed in the program. This time, I scored above what I needed. I took the science part and I did good. I literally scored, I think she said 1 point above. I thought I did terrible. I studied anatomy and phys, but it was a lot of earth science, a lot of like measuring milliliters and grams and stuff like that. And I was so proud of myself. And it was like, oh my gosh, girl, you pulled out the park, boom, boom, boom. Based on my scores, my entrance exam, it was like, oh yeah, you definitely will be placed in the ultrasound program. So I was like, awesome, so what else I gotta do? So it was like, I was dealing at first with like the front of the house who deal with like setting up tests. And then I had to meet with like an admissions advisor. I'm so sad I don't remember her name, because she helped change my mindset. Like, she was a part of the pivoting from ultrasound tech to nursing. Cause she was like, China, you did really good. Like, I can tell you you put in the work, you took your time, and you studied, and your test scores show. And I was like, yeah, I did do that, didn't I? She was like, yeah. She was like, and honestly, you know, hey, you place high enough, you can get in the nursing program if you think about it. And I was like, oh, no, I don't know. She's like, well, think about it, because obviously you're smart enough to get in our nursing program. You should really consider it. You know, nursing is a lucrative field, you know, blah, 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 everything. She told me basically everything my mom been telling me my whole life. And I was like, I don't really know if it's my passion. You know, just giving her excuses why not, honestly, right? I was telling her everything I had been telling myself why I couldn't do nurse school. I told her. She's like, okay, yeah, well then, that's no biggie, you know, ultrasound tech is still a good field, which it is. And she was like, you know, so let's do this. So the program started in December, and this was in March. And I had to take a math class because I haven't done a math course in a while. And I didn't have any college credits, because you remember I went to community college, but I never finished it. So if I were even to go out and to get transcript, I wouldn't have a grade, or I would have a failing grade, and it said withdraw. So I had to wait a while before they start opening up for the college math class and pay $200 to take that class. God's perfect timing, okay? Because in that waiting period, I just kept thinking about her, and I was just like, I should just go for it. I really should, because within, it was like, I did want to be a nurse, but I didn't feel like I was good enough to even go to nursing school. I wasn't smart enough to even go to nursing school, so let me just settle for less. And I was like, you actually, why not? Why can't I go to nurse school? Why can't I be a nurse? I can do it. It's hard, but girl, this TEAS test was hard, and I studied for it. And I actually scored way higher than last time, and higher than I even needed to get into the program. I went back and I was like, actually, I wanna go for the nursing program. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Good to hear. We have an amazing nursing program and we need more nurses. And I wanted to go for RN. Right, so I was like, oh, I want to go for the RN at the LPN. They were like, are you sure? Like, one thing about technical schools, I tell you this, and this is one thing I didn't like about that technical school. It was like, obviously, like the advisors there, like I feel like their main goal was to reach a certain quota. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was going for the ultrasound tech program, they were trying to convince me, oh, it's real competitive. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to compete. And it was like, oh, okay, like, are you sure you want to go to nursing? You know, it's less competitive, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, I want ultrasound. Like, I had to like tell them, like, no, I want ultrasound, right? So once I get high scores, and mind you, they told me you have high enough scores to get into the RN program, and she even showed me like the chart or whatever. I go back and I'm like, yeah, so I want nursing. I'm like, okay. Then she like do something for LPN. I was like, oh, actually I want RN. And she was like, oh, I don't know. You know, it's real competitive. It is. And I was like, oh, okay. So I like took the paper anyway, even though like that wasn't my just. And I called my mama afterwards and I was like, yeah, she was saying the RN program was really competitive, so I should just do LPN. She was like, no. She was like, you go back there, tell her you know it's competitive and you ready to compete. My mama gassed me up like that. Needed. Because after that stuck with me. And I was like, yeah. right, yeah. I am ready to compete. I am the top. I'm the competition. She said, you the competition. That's why I'm so competitive. I said, yeah. So, telling back, I went back and I was like, actually, I don't want the LPN program. I want RN. She was like, why? She was like, so many people, like, again, just trying to meet their quota. She was like, why, so many of our students, they go to LPNs and then RN, like, oh, you should just do it. And then they were saying, oh, I can do RN because I needed like college credits or something. I didn't believe that. And my mom was like, yeah, the LPN program is really expensive. If she's saying that's the only way, then, just do it. My friend, hey Michelle, you're watching, but she was telling me another hospital in our area was opened up in a nursing school, and I was like, what? She was saying that you do the prereqs at the school, and I was like, what? Because prereqs was a problem for me. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, and it's only 24 months. I was like, what? I said, Michelle, send me that. So right then and there, I got on the computer. I went to the website of the school and I put in a request to meet with the academic advisors, right? She emailed me back. She was like, oh, China, we'd love to have you. She was like, actually, the day you signed up for, we're having an open house. So did you just want to go to open house instead? And I was like, sure, yeah, I'll do that. As soon as I got there, let me tell you, I was like, this is it. For so long, I would pursue something and then like in my spirit, in my soul, like I was like, this is not right. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I know I can just do it. I know I can make good money just doing it, but oh, my like died. Hold on. Jeez. Let's wrap it up because I felt like this is it. Like, I really like this school and I had to take the TEAS test again because that raggedy school, that TEAS test that they take there, it's not even current. Like, I tried to get it to send to my other school because I had such good scores. I was like, why would I take it there? I got such good scores. And I was like, oh, we don't send it to other schools because the current standard is ATI 7 and we do ATI 5 or something. I was like, okay, thank you. So I went online again and I was still studying because even though I did just blow it out the water, science and math is not my strong suit. Even just academics for a while have not been my strong suit. So I was like, I have to work a little harder than everybody else, and that's fine because at this time I'm like trying to remove whatever is in between me and where I want to be had to get out my way. Like, okay, you don't want to do the process no more? All right, that's fine. Okay, I gotta take a TEAS test, period. Let me do this. Okay. And then it was like the last thing that was in my way. I even had to get out my own way. Like, girl, stop telling yourself that you can't do it and stop move. I'm not even gonna listen to myself tell myself that I can't do it. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. And the one part that I had to get out my own way with was getting this ADHD treated, y'all. And honestly, I'm very open about my mental health journey. So if you want more, like, I can go in detail about treating my ADHD, and I am now medicated, and it was the best decision I made. Trust me, at first I was like, no, I don't want to do medicine. I gotta be stuck on for the rest of my life. Baby, I'm so glad I did this. Oh my gosh. So the TEAS test, this score determines if I get into nursing school. I've also seen other people like nervous about taking their TEAS, So I was just like, you know what? After that meeting, I was like, you know what? I just scheduled it. It is time to study for the TEAS test. I take it on the 31st. I bought this book from Amazon. So I studied and I bought that book. That book was super helpful. If you are taking the TEAS test, get that book. I don't know if it's still ATI 7. If it is, I'll link it down below. It's because they had the practice test. They outline what is going to be on the test. They also had videos. I am a visual learner. That was just very good for me. It was very helpful. And honestly, that Momentrix book is still helping me out in AMP. Shout out to Momentrix. I'm not being sponsored either, because you're here. You see how many subscribers I got. School was not my world. Like, studying was never my world. Like, my attention, I could not just sit down and read a book. So I know how my ADHD works. I know in the morning, like, in the afternoon, those are my best times when I need to study, so I would do it that time. And then I would study when I was at work. Like, I was serious about this. Like I said, I just got out of my own way. And I think I had to push back the exam once. I don't know why. I just didn't feel ready. So I pushed it back. So I originally scheduled it for August. So I was like, I want to push it back another month. I scheduled it for the day after my birthday, and I was like, okay. I was like, this is gonna be good luck. I'm gonna be turning 27. It's gonna be my birthday gift from God. So my birthday came. I'm still studying. My aunt, she took me out. We went and got massages. We went to see the weekend. We got mani-pedis. It was a good day. That day off was much needed because I went to sleep. I woke up early. Today is the day I'm about to go take the test. I am ready to conquer this test. I am well prepared and ready to pass this test. I went to the library and I had a good study room to take my test. My boyfriend brought me a smoothie while I was taking my test. It was a good day. But I think I needed a 55 to get accepted into the program. Why did I score a 70 something? I'm still so proud. Like, girl, I'm already in nursing school, but I'm so proud of myself for that, because y'all just heard the story. I didn't tell y'all, high school I graduated with like a 1.8 something. I'm so proud of myself because, like I said, y'all heard the story. It was not easy getting there, and after passing, I got accepted to the program. And I remember telling my mom and my grandpa and my friends, and everybody was like, oh, China, congratulations. It was crazy. And here I am now, my second quarter of nursing school. Why I really wanted to tell this, because today I met with a recruiter, and they were like, you are doing everything right. She just told me to add months to my resume instead of just a year. And she was like, you're a mother baby extern, and over there they love to hire their externs. And she was telling me the names of the director, and just leaving there, I felt so good and so grateful, because it was like, girl, look at you. I was telling myself that I could not do this, and I am doing it. I failed so many times before here.
Do not be afraid to fail, because that oftentimes is the thing that keeps us as women and girls back, because we think we have to be right. We think we have to be perfect. We think that we can't stumble. And the only way you succeed in life, the only way you learn, is by failing. It's not the failure, it's what you do after you fail. Do you let it eat you up? Do you quit? Do you give up? Or do you let it bolster you? Does it serve as the challenge in your mind to do more, to take some risks, to step outside of your comfort zone? And the last thing that I do want to say to all girls is that be supportive of each other. I mean, I just can't say this enough. We have to be our best friends, each other. That means we cannot be catty. We cannot compete and see one person's failure as our success. We can all rise together, okay? We can all win. And we're sometimes taught in our societies that we have to compete and we have to hold each other back in order for one of us to succeed. That is not true. We need each other.
I could not finish a semester of college, y'all. Not a year, a semester of college, of prereqs. I didn't do it. I wasn't able to do it, but I'm doing it now. I'm seeing myself grow and adapt. So I've been telling people when they ask me how nursing school is, I said it is challenging, but I love the challenge. And that is for real. It's really only up from here, y'all. Because like I said, I'm only in my second quarter of nursing school. This is not to brag, but hopefully it's just to say that, y'all, if I can do it, you can do it too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, like, if it's something that you want, something that's in your heart, if it's in your heart, it's in your heart specifically, you're good enough for it. You got what it takes, baby. Just keep on working. Don't give up. If you got to take a break, that's fine. Because like I said, rejection is hard. Letdowns are hard. Being telling no is hard. Give yourself a break and get back to it. I believe in y'all. So I hope this video was really helpful. If it wasn't helpful, I hope you found it a little humorous or a little inspired by my story. If neither or, I hope you was thinking, wow, she's really cute. If not, I mean, you've been here for a very long time. Obviously, you just love to be unhappy, and that's weird. You should probably go to therapy. But if you enjoyed this video, girl, subscribe, and I'll see you later.